Hey guys, Richard from the Poke family, here again, all by myself. Well, with, I don't know what to call him. Capitalist Pikachu, businessman Pikachu, here with me to keep me company. Amanda isn't here today. Well, she's in the house today, but she's extremely tired. She literally could not keep her eyes open, so has taken herself off to bed and allowed me to do a live by myself. Hey, Pumpkin Queen. It's been a while, I know, since we have done anything with the channel. It's been weeks since we did anything with the channel. Um, yeah. Hey, hey, Amy. So yeah, we went on holiday, and when we were there, there was a huge discussion about our lives, and we're thinking about moving house. What do you mean? Who is this? This is Richard. Hey, James. I remember seeing at least one GIF from the Millennium Falcon, and I was extremely jealous. I was extremely jealous that you managed to get to the Millennium Falcon. I love Star Wars. Last night I went to watch the Rise of Skywalker and the Midnight. Yeah, I know, James. I was just saying we went on holiday like last week to Lanzarote, which is a Spanish island that's off the coast of Africa. And we took the camera with us and everything, but we just spent most of the holiday in places where filming was impractical, like in caves or around volcanoes, on coaches, etc. We did a lot of touristy stuff while we were there. Yeah, I won't do any spoilers, Amy, don't worry. I won't do any spoilers. I will say that I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good film. It was well made, in my opinion. It really hits the nail on the head as far as, getting the emotions going and stuff. Really good fun. I know, keep away from the internet, Amy. That's what I'm going to say. Keep away from the internet. So, guys, let's talk a little bit about Pokemon Go and what's going on in Pokemon Go. Just a few days ago, the new buddy system dropped. Now, I haven't managed. I've got Lucario on as my buddy at the moment, and I know I could swap because I've already got 10 hearts. I haven't managed yet to get the excited mood on it, so it doubles its hearts for a short time. I've had a dig around, and it seems like some people are saying once you get to 10 hearts on your Pokemon, if you do some activities in almost an extreme fashion, so if you take 200 snapshots of your buddy, it will get excited. Or if you visit 20 brand new Pokestops, it will get excited. It will get excited status. But I don't know. The buddy system's interesting. I mean, what do you guys think about it? I mean, who knows what any of this stuff means? I mean, find presents. What does that mean? Is that gifts to send to other trainers? So it might just randomly give you gifts when you're nowhere near a Pokestop. Is that what it's going to do? Because that would be interesting. I mean, catch assist is an obvious one. It's yet another bonus to add to your catch rate, which, to be honest, once you've got a buddy at that level, if you're out just catching Pokemon, walking around at a park or in a town centre or whatever, anything that increases your catch rate, especially if you're using a thing like a Go Plus or a Gotcha or something, if it works with that, which it should, it's worth banging it on there. See, this is something that I'm interested in the most about this new buddy system. This fine souvenirs. I've seen the little graphics of them, What do they do? Are they just little cool items that they're going to find? What do they do? Oh, and one of your messages has been held for review, Amy. Vulpix is back as my partner. I'm out about having. Why is that being held back? How strange. Sell them for Pokecoins. Maybe it's going to be another. Maybe it's going to be another method of getting Pokecoins. You're right. Maybe it could be. But yeah, and then obviously in the last one, your CP boost and your best buddy ribbon. I mean, a CP boost on any Pokemon that you're going to use. At the moment, I'm doing Lucario because I use Lucario so heavily in the Team Rocket, Team Go Rocket stuff. Like 3 of the 4 leaders, including Giovanni, I use Lucario as my start Pokemon every time. So anything that increases the damage. I don't know why it censored you, Amy. I don't know why it's thought that was something that is, I don't know, shouldn't be in the chat. You said, I'm having Vulpix on as my buddy. You know, one thing that I am glad, I mean, I don't know whether I'm being a spoil sport. Maybe I am. But one thing I've never, ever, ever got in Pokemon Go, I've never understood it with the old buddy system. Like, people catch a shiny or something that they find impressive, and they put it on as their buddy. Because I don't know whether it's just a Team Valor player in me that says that's inefficient. Surely you have a Pokemon in your collection that you want candy for. Things like Riolu or Lucario candy, because they're so rare. Why would you have a shiny Psyduck on as your buddy just because you caught a Psyduck? You should. Psyduck candies, there are millions of them. I don't know. I've never understood the flexing thing. I've never understood it, and I've thought about it long and hard. And maybe I'm being a bit of a negative Nancy. I don't know, but I just don't get it. I look at it and I go, what? It's okay. Loads of people do it. Like loads of people on my friends list do it, James. It's completely fine. Obviously, of course, it's your account. You do what you want. But I just don't get it. I can't bring myself to put a buddy on, or could ever bring myself to put a buddy on, just because I'd caught something cool. It just didn't make any sense. I'm like, this thing gives you free candies. Free candies. This is a new edition. Living in the UK is pretty advantageous when it comes to Pokemon Go with the new Wayfarer Pokestop submission thing, because you can just randomly find old stuff. Across the road from my house here, there's an old lamppost, and I did some real research for this one, guys. I even knocked on a neighbour's door and asked them questions about it, because this is kind of attached almost to the wall where their garden ends. And I said, has your family lived here a long time? They said, yeah, and it was a fairly old lady. Yeah, this place would belong to my parents. And I was like, is that lamppost? What is it? And they were like, it's been there forever. It's a really old lamppost. So I did some research, and it is a really old lamppost that was in the village. It's been there for 100 years. I do have a stop at my house, James, because Wayfarer's just made me look at everything in a different thing. This lamppost, it doesn't look like much, but it's just a really old lamppost. The light fittings have gone off it, but it's been there above 100 years. It was the only lamppost that lit the street. Well, if the lady told me that it was the only lamppost on the street for a very long time. Yeah, I have, Amy. I have. I've heard that because for non-local players, the Wooden Boy is a gym in Barnsley Town Centre, and it's one of the only EX raid gyms in the town centre. There's another one, but it's in a really bad place. There's no parking at the other one. It's right in the middle of a roundabout. Now, pedestrian-wise, you can get in and out of there, but there's nowhere to park the cars, like from like quite a long way around it. So the Wooden Boy was a real hub for people trying to get EX-ray passes in the Barnsley area. Now, a while ago, for some reason, the council and the local authority removed the real-life Wooden Boy. They took it away. And I don't know why. It was a wooden sculpture of a wooden boy. They took it out of the park. Now, obviously, the gym remained, but obviously, if the point of interest isn't there, it could be gone. So, I know, Amy. I know Lock Park. Lock Park's a great place to play Pokemon Go. I love it. I mean, loads of videos on the channel are from Lock Park, because it's such a good place to play Pokemon Go. Unfortunately, it's in the town centre, but really on the outskirts. So you have to like make a special trip there, and like there are more people playing Pokemon Go in the town centre because of work, because of transport links, just because of ease. So having an EX-ray gym there has always been advantageous. I would say that the Wooden Boy is the place where I've done EX-rays the most in Pokemon Go, probably followed by Lock Park Art. But who knows? Yeah. Something to do with the Ingress, isn't it? There's an Ingress event, and the Ingress players are quite aggressive with removing points of interest that aren't there anymore. Oh well, I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, the new buddy system, at the moment I'm giving it a tentative. I quite like it. It's like an additional thing that you can do every day. Like, you complete your task, you collect your gifts and you send it to friends, and you open your 20 gifts a day, and increase your friend rating. If you're not going to do anything else, you use your free raid pass. Just one of those daily activities that you do. Now, I know it could go much further than that, because you can switch your buddy 20 times. So you could have 20 buddies on the go, which is a lot of walking, if I'm honest. It's a lot of berry usage, etc. But you could do it, I suppose. But I quite like it. And I'm interested to see what the items do when they come along. I really am. I'm interested to see that. Doesn't need 6-year gyms, though. Can understand bouncer. I don't know. I mean, I think it's just the automatic nature of it, Amy, isn't it? Because it's in a cell that registers as a park on the map or whatever that they use behind Pokemon Go, it just automatically becomes an EX-ray gym. Well, I hope so, Gary. I do. I really do hope so. But it's difficult to guarantee that. I mean, when you dropped the Pokestop next to Wooden Boy, like the James Hudson Trail Marker became a gym, which is like 3 streets over. The way that it works is really quite strange. But I suppose you guys who've been doing it through Ingress have a bit more experience with dealing with the cells. So I've not really done that yet. I've had people help me and get me screenshots of cells to make sure that I'm not doubling up Pokestops when I put submissions in. But I've not really looked at the app, and I know I think it was you that sent some stuff to do with it. So, right, I see. Oh, I mean, people mess up all the time. So, what's on the horizon in Pokemon Go? I know that we've got a whole plethora of events. Let's go to the blog. Oh, by the way, guys, I know that Shiny Gibble has been released in Pokemon Go. It's gone into the eggs, and you can catch it in the wild if you're lucky enough to come across Gibble in the wild. I'm still not sure whether that means that they're not going to use it for a community day. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I was thinking about it when it dropped. I thought, right, the shiny's out, so no, it's not going to be there for a community day. It's just not. That's not how it works. But the problem that I came across when I was thinking about it in my mind was they've caught up with the releases. So in January, it looks like they've not announced it yet, but it looks like it's going to be Piplup, which is the last Gen 4 starter. They've only just released the Gen 5 starters within the last couple of months. So get about halfway through this next upcoming year, and all the predictable community days will have come and gone. So it means that they're going to have to do something to revamp, revitalize, rethink community days in Pokemon Go. So I haven't even got a Gabite. I've got enough candy to evolve one. I've got enough candy to evolve a Garchomp, but I'm still holding off because I don't know how they're going to change the community day system, because it can't carry on the way that it's going. It's impossible for it to carry on the way that it's going. The whole a starter Pokemon and then a 10k egg Pokemon that has a 3-stage evolution, then a starter Pokemon. It just they're going to run out of things to put on community day, which means that they're going to have to think of something different to do for the community days. Now, I don't know whether that will be releasing. I mean, this is something that I thought of. They could release Shadow Pokemon shiny versions on community days. That would be interesting. I know that they've trialed doing Team Rocket events where all the stops are Go Rocket stops. They're okay. They're a little bit like the Quest days. They're not the greatest events, but they're all right. I know they have. I saw that they've changed the community day times, Amy. I've seen that, and that's interesting. I'm advising people who are asking me about, like, should I evolve my good IV Gibble now because it doesn't look like it's going to be community day. Unless having a Garchomp with ground type moves will seriously impact your ground team for raiding, then I still wouldn't, because there are much better dragons out there than Garchomp already available in the game. And if you have a good ground team already, so if you've got some Groudons, if you've got some Rhyperias, if you've got some Excadrills, you'll be fine. You don't need to have a Garchomp. And if you evolve it and miss out on anything that they could potentially do in the future, at least for me, I always regret it. I've got Pokemon. I've got 100% Salamence with Draco Meteor, and a Salamence with Outrage would be so much better. But I evolved it outside of Community Day. I know, and I'm not saying wait forever. Just wait to see what they're going to do with Community Days, because if they carry on the way they're going, they'll get to the middle of the year in 2020 and run out of the predictable stuff to do. So new stuff will happen. But anyway, let's have a look. So, we've talked about the eggs with Gibble. We've talked about the Team Go Rocket stuff. I know the special research has happened, and they've released Shadow Zapdos. I've got mine. I did it already. I'm in the camp that likes the Team Go Rocket stuff. It's free. You don't have to buy anything. You can do as many Team Go Rocket leaders in a day as you can find Team Go Rocket grunts to give you a Rocket Radar. So it doesn't cost anything like raiding. If you raid all day long, you're going to very quickly be using green raid passes, which cost money. Doing the Team Go Rocket stuff gives you stuff to do, and it's completely free. And with the Team Rocket leaders, you've got shiny chances that are there. It's just, and it's a little bit challenging as well. Figuring out your teams to use. I mean, people have mostly done it now, but figuring out your teams for these leaders, people were actually losing against them. There's a bit of a challenge there. Whereas doing the raids, if you go out raiding with a big group, you could just you don't even have to have good counters. You could use Agrons, and you'd still win. We do have new boxes. 20 raid passes in the Ultra box. That's pretty interesting. And I think the Adventure box looks okay too. So, pretty good boxes. But that's unsurprising. It's Christmas time. So, the Virizions in the 5-star raids, I mean, Terrakion was the only legendary Swords of Justice Pokemon that, at least for me, had any value as far as raids are concerned. It doesn't mean that Cobalion or Virizion aren't going to be good for other things, but then it's not really a great Pokemon. It's really easy to beat as well. It's got a double weakness. So, not great. It's okay. Lugia and Ho-Ho coming back again. When will they release the unique moves on those Pokemon? How many times have we seen Ho-Ho and Lugia in raids? We need Aerial Blast and we need Sacred Flame on those Pokemon. That will get people out raiding. As soon as somebody raids that Pokemon and sees those moves, the entire community will go crazy worldwide. That's right, Amy. 20 raid passes. They've altered the distance, Amy. It was further away than it should. I'm pretty sure that I read something that they I can't remember which. There's a few guys that I watch on Twitter, and they tweeted something, and they've altered the distance, so it's got a bit, it's got a bit easier. Well, that's the thing, James. I mean, I understand that they have to kind of cycle these things around. New players join Pokemon Go all the time. In my very local community, here, let me show you. My very local community, there's, let's see if they're in the gym. Whoops. Why have I gone to that gym that I'm defending? See if they're in the gym. One of them is Groove Chick. They live somewhere near this gym, somewhere very near it. And there was talk in the community, oh, these people just keep appearing in this gym. But I've met them, they're new players. I did a raid with them today. In my very local, this village that I live in. So these guys don't have shiny Lugia. They might not even have a regular Lugia. They probably don't have shiny Ho-Ho or even regular Ho-Ho. So I understand why Niantic cycle these things around. Newer players will want a chance to have a go at them. But for players who've been playing for a long time, it's just a bit of an eye roll, isn't it? You just look at it and go... Then eventually they're going to have to do these Pokemon with the movesets. Everybody is waiting for it. They're certainly going to do something because they keep pushing these unique moves into the game. I mean, I've seen the Aura Sphere is coming for Lucario very soon. And that's super exciting. Can't wait for that. Let's have a look. What else is there? The holiday event. The new Gen 5 Ice-type Pokemon are using the Ice Lures. But there is an event that quadruples the length of it. It's going to be a 2-hour lure. Now, these new lures, I think they're interesting, but they need to find a way of getting it in the game where you can get them, perhaps for free, really rare chance or something, because at the moment it's just a pay to get Pokemon mechanic. The event Stantler with the thing and the new Pikachu with the beanie hat. I mean, these things are all cool. They're all cool. I like event Pokemon that are like that. I think that they're cute. I think that they're interesting. I think that they're awesome looking. I think it's an interesting way to release a shiny into the game. But come on, Niantic. Where's our Party Hat Wurmple? Give us Party Hat Wurmple. It's been years since that graphic was there. We want. Oh, can you, James? I didn't realise that. I haven't changed the moves on my my Lucario. I still use Power Up Punch and Shadow Ball on my Lucario. So, yeah. There you go. I mean, there's going to be all the regular stuff out there during the event. You're going to get your free incubator every day. you're gonna be able to catch Delibird, and obviously Delibird has got shiny form. So if you didn't get Delibird last time, you can hit the game and try and catch a shiny Delibird. But I want Party Hat Purple. I really do. I really do. Okay, guys, it's time to play Guess the Pokemon. It's just me today. Amanda opened her box upstairs just before she went to bed. She got a Moltres, a regular Moltres. I saw it on her screen. I haven't opened mine yet. I've got no idea what it is. Get your guesses in the chat. And let's see. So the pool is Legendary Birds, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, and 2/3 of the Weather Trio, Groudon and Kyogre. Get your guesses in the chat. Get your guesses in. What's your guess? Capitalist Pikachu. I don't know. Businessman Pikachu. Maybe Capitalist Pikachu is a bit aggressive. I don't know. But look at him. There he is. Ooh. Now, I've already got my rewards, Amy, because it won't let you complete quests otherwise, and I didn't get Unova Stone. Yeah, Amanda Moltres. Riptid Kyogre. Yeah, James. How did you guess that? So while we're waiting for some guesses, Amy, who's your favourite character from the sequel trilogy? So far, obviously, you haven't seen Rise of Skywalker. Who's your favourite character from the sequel trilogy? Because I've got two, but they're the main focus of the story. I like Rey, and I like Kylo Ren. I think that they're both performed amazingly by the actors. I think Adam Driver, his performance as Kylo Ren is awesome, absolutely awesome. I don't have a Kylo Ren bobblehead. I'm looking at my bobblehead collection on my shelf. There's Pokemon stuff on there, and there's a bunch of bobbleheads. I've got a Rey bobblehead up there, and I've got a Chewbacca bobblehead, and a bunch of others from other fandoms. There's a Golem and Severus Snape. There's all sorts of stuff up there. Any more guesses? You're gonna love the new movie, Amy. I went and saw it in 4DX last night. So I was being thrown around like I was flying the Millennium Falcon and getting squirted with water during the watery bits. I mean, if you've seen the trailer, you'll know that there's some water in the movie. So that was an interesting experience. I don't think that I would like to do it again. It was expensive, because £20 or something, and there was an effect that they did during the fight where your seat kind of poked you in the back, and it almost felt like you were in an actual fight. Hey, a rocket stop. I'll do this before I open my box. Do you know how hot Pokemon breath can get? Quite hot, apparently. A Kylo Ren video for your Instagram? I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I always have been. I remember, I'm 41, so I'm quite old. I remember that every year in the 80s, they put Star Wars: A New Hope on the television, regular terrestrial television. And I was always like, when are they going to show Empire Strikes Back? When are they going to show Return of the Jedi? Because even back then, Empire Strikes Back was always my favourite of the three, and it still is. It's probably my favourite Star Wars movie. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I've got so many Star Wars t-shirts. It's unreal. It is a bit freaky, to be honest, Amy, when it happens. Right, so I've beaten this. I am tough. I'm a real tough guy. 437 grunts defeated. Growlithe. Let's see what IVs this one's got. I've not been that lucky with the Shadow Pokemon IVs so far. I've had a few that were okay. I've had a few like hundos after being purified, but not on good Pokemon. This bit's still laggy. I don't know whether you've noticed. They fixed the lag issues at the beginning though. Right, it is time to play Guess the Pokemon. Here we go. Kyogre, James. Was that you who said Kyogre? Yeah. Kyogre. Well done, James. I really hate the side-to-side Pokemon. I really hate them. Trying to get the hitting the Pokemon inside the catch ring is difficult with the side-to-side Pokemon. And I get quite impatient with it. Well, that's pretty cool, Amy. You're quite a creative person, actually, aren't you? I respect that. I like a bit of creativity. That's why I like doing like edited videos and stuff. I like a bit of creativity. I like planning the videos and getting the right shots and stuff. Having a family makes it a bit more difficult. You know, there's days in the summer when we've got things planned with the children, and like the most perfect sunny day comes along, and I'm looking at it thinking I could have my drone out, getting shots of like Lock Park Tower or whatever, and it's just not possible because they're babies. Kyogre ran. Oh. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you something quite personal now, guys. After the death of Carrie Fisher, it's one of the few times in my life where I've actually broken down in public. We were on a food court, and I just couldn't stop thinking about the fact that she died, because Princess Leia, or General Organa, is probably my favourite character out of all the Star Wars saga, like the Skywalker saga. I'm being terrible with throwing today. I'm not concentrating at all. And I was so terribly upset that I thought that they weren't going to be able to do anything in the 9th episode. I broke down. Oh dear. 96%, but with 13 attack. That's a shame. That's a shame. Okay, guys. I know. I got upset. I got upset after Peter Mayhew died as well, because Chewbacca. I've got a Chewbacca bobblehead. Is one of my favourites, and in the sequel trilogy, the latest one, Chewbacca is just a boss. He's just amazing in that trilogy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyway, guys, that is the end of my solo live. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye.